Let's begin. We have a 2 gig USB key which we are going to uh, encrypt using the BitLocker to go feature in Windows 10 Pro. So this computer is a Windows 10 Pro version. I'll show you the version. So as you can see, it is the Windows 10 Pro over here. Edition of Windows is Windows 10 Pro. So I'm going to insert the USB key, and I will go to, so here's the USB key, USB drive D. I will right click and use the format option, and I'm going to take the default file system, which is FAT. As you can see, BitLocker supports NTFS and these other file systems as well. So we'll take the FAT system, and I'm going to use a quick format because that's a quick way. It's quite fast. If you wanted to, we could give this a volume label like test BitLocker. I guess it's a limit of the file name. So let's say test BitLocker. Okay, and I'm going to press start, and I get the warning that all data will be erased, which is fine. Say OK. And this should be fairly fast as it's a quick format. That's done. We close. So now we have the USB key ready to be encrypted. So I will click on the Windows Start button. There are more than one way to get to the BitLocker. So I'm going to type the word in the search bottom search window. I'm just going to type bit, which brings up Manage BitLocker Control Panel app, which I will click. And there you go. That's the BitLocker management app. And we are interested in the BitLocker to go feature, which is here for removable drives. And as you can see right now, the D drive, which is the USB drive, has the BitLocker turned off. So I'm gonna click the options, and I'm going to use this to turn on. Click here to turn on BitLocker. So I get to the next screen, which is how do you want to unlock this drive? Like, what do you want to use as the encryption feature? So we have two options. We can use a password, or we can use a smart card to unlock the drive. So to keep things simple, we'll just use the user password to encrypt this USB key. So I go ahead and click this toggle button, and so now I can enter password. So there are some password rules which you can see here. Lowercase letters, numbers, spaces, and symbols. It doesn't say how long the password should be. So I'm going to use a standard password I use for many, which includes upper and lowercase letters, symbols, so on. So I have my password, and I go next. Now you can save this BitLocker encryption key to a folder. Um, there's a caveat here that says the folder you're saving to cannot be a BitLocker encrypted folder. So in this case, I'm gonna just print it to a PDF. So I'm going to print the recovery key, and I'm going to use my Microsoft Print to PDF printer option, which will let me save the printed key to the documents folder, and I'll call it the BitLocker key, and that way I'm going to save it for future reference or to store in a secure folder. So we go next. So that done, we go next. So now we can choose how much of your drive you want to encrypt. So I'm going to take the default option, which is encrypt used disk space only. It's fast and it's best for new PCs and drives. I'm going to take that option. You can use the other option too, which is a little slow and takes longer to produce the encrypted key. So go next. Now, so there are two modes here that you can select from, and I'm going with the default compatible mode, which is recommended for movable drives like a USB key. So I'm going to use this mode, and so we are ready to encrypt. I'm going to say start encrypt, and you can see it's quite a fast process. So it's done. Now the drive, the USB key is encrypted. So I'm going to remove this drive, and I'm going to so this is the right way to do it. I know we sometimes just pull out the drive. Okay, so it's safe to remove, and now I'm going to remove the USB drive. And obviously, if you're sending this drive to someone else or giving it to another party, you should give them the encryption key, the password. Sorry, the password, right? So if you the password you used, you should write down an email to the party or send in some way. So that's how you would use this BitLocker to go. So now let me show you that this USB key is now encrypted. So I'm going to insert the USB key, and now you can see that it's saying unlock the drive. So if I double click the unlock the drive, it will give us this BitLocker window. And now in order to see this drive, to see the contents of this drive, I have to enter the password to unlock this drive. And as you can see now, BitLocker did its thing, and now this USB key can be used to as a regular USB thumb drive. But whenever someone tries to access or use this USB drive, they would have to use the encryption password, which we use, and record it somewhere. And also, yes, yeah. So that's about it. So that shows you a demo of how we can use BitLocker to go to encrypt a USB drive. Thanks for watching, and well, if you like to subscribe and then help my channel reach more audiences, and just spread the word. Thank you.